What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and today I'm going to be reaching rank 1 on the OU ladder of Gen 7. Right now I'm at rank 5 and I'm going to be using the same team which I used to get to top 10. It's a team made by my friend Chains and I'm going to be leaving his link down below. And I'm also going to be leaving this team in the description because this team is super solid. So if you want to use it, you can use it. And I want to thank you guys for all of your support. A lot of you wanted more Showdown live, so I thought, why not record my, I guess, road to rank 1. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking for a battle and it's taking a while to find a battle, and I'm gonna pause until I find a battle. Alright, so I found a battle and it's against Mari01, and he does have a Smeargle, so that's why I'm gonna lead off with Tapu Lele, because I do have Taunt on my Tapu Lele, and if I lead off with my lead Scarm, then his Smeargle is gonna outspeed me and taunt me before I can taunt him with my Skarmory. So that's why I'm gonna lead off with Tapu Lele. And this Tapu Lele is a stall breaker set. My friend Shane's came up with this set. It's absolutely amazing. It gives stalls such a hard time. So he's gonna lead off with Smeargle and I can just go for taunt. He's definitely not gonna see this coming, and he went for Spore, so there we go. And I can just go for Psychic because does not really have too much. He's gonna go into Magnezone. That's definitely a Solid West, so this thing can take hits from my Tapu Lele. And I know this might look stupid, but I'm actually gonna go into my Skarmory because he's gonna go for an electric type move, and that is gonna put me in the Berry range, which means that none of his priority moves can hit me because Psychic Terrain is up, and Psychic Terrain blocks any kind of priority moves. So I can get on my Stealth Rock if he goes into any kind of Pokemon because of Berry, and if he goes into Smeargle, then I'll be able to taunt him. And he is gonna go into Smeargle, so I'm just gonna click taunt and prevent this thing from setting up any kind of hazard. And there we go. So he was gonna set up Sticky Web. If he switches out, I'm getting up my Stealth Rocks. Okay, he's gonna stay in and go for Struggle, and his Focus Sash is broken because of the recoil he took by going for the Struggle. And now I can actually go into, let's see, I can go into Magnezone and go for Volt Switch, but he has Marowak, so that's not really a good play. I really want to go into Muck and Pursuit Trap this thing, but my Muck is not invested in attacks, so not sure if that's gonna kill. I'm gonna Calc it because Smeargle is quite frail, so you never know. So yeah, Alolan Muck is not here, so I have to change the typing to Dark. And let's go for Pursuit and increase its power to 80. Yeah, that does not knock him out. So my best play is going into Tapu Lele because it does pressure his team quite a lot. And even though his Magnezone is Assault West, like it's not gonna be appreciating this HP Fire from my Tapu Lele because I'm Modest Nature. So it's definitely gonna 2-hit KO this thing, I wanna say. So he's probably gonna go into his Magnezone. Scizor is not a switch in because Psychic Terrain is up. His Bullet Punch is not gonna hit my Tapu Lele, so it's gonna be futile. It's not really counter to Tapu Lele because of Psychic Terrain. And right now I'm at rank 5, and I actually beat this guy on rank 1. He had a very nasty stall team. I'm gonna be leaving the replay in description if any of you are curious. So he actually goes into Scizor and I get a crit. It would have 2-hit KO'd. I'm not really sure how much that mattered. It would have 2-hit KO'd for sure, no matter how especially defensive he was, because I am Modest. So now he's gonna go into Magnezone. My Psychic did 33%, and because this thing is Assault West, I think I'm just gonna click Psychic. Honestly, yeah, that's just gonna do a lot. And he's gonna go for Volt Switch. Yeah, it does not really do too much. I could have lived a Flash Cannon. So he is gonna go into Marowak. I can just straight up OHKO this thing if this thing is offensive, which it is most likely. But I've been seeing a lot of especially defensive Marowaks. So I'm gonna Calc it. Okay, it has Alolan Marowak, but not Muck. So let's put 252 HP and 252 special defense and Careful Nature. let's go for Psychic, and let's go for Psychic Terrain. And I am Modest Nature, and I have Twisted Spoon so that I can bluff Choice Scarf. And yeah, that's not gonna be knocking him out, but if he's not specially defensive, which he's probably not, this is gonna, yep, it is gonna Oko. So this is looking really bad for him. Yep, he's gonna forfeit. It was looking really bad for my opponent. So let's look for our next game, and I got like 6 points. I'm still at rank 5. Okay, so gonna be looking for a game, and we'll be pausing. Oh, never mind, I got a game, and it's against Kyoto. I have actually faced this person before, and I did beat him because Stall has terrible matchup against this team because of Stall Breaker Tapu Lele. Taunt just shuts down things, and he does not even have Chansey. Yeah, Stall Breaker Tapu Lele can actually beat Chansey, so he does not have Chansey, so this is gonna be a little easier. So he leads off with Sableye, just as I thought, and he knows all of my sets. He knows that my Tapu Lele has Taunt because, like I said, I faced this person before. So I'm just gonna click Psychic because I know he's gonna switch out. There is no way he's gonna stay in. Yep, so he's gonna switch out into Skarmory. This Skarmory is Shed Shell, so there is no point in me going into Magnezone. So I'm gonna click Psychic because I know that he knows that I have Taunt. So I'm gonna predict him to predict me to go for Taunt, if that makes any kind of sense. Like, he does know my sets, so there's no point in making the obvious plays. He's actually gonna go into Ditto, and Ditto does not copy HP stats, so that's why he's gonna take so much damage. And I can actually just go into Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck is like biggest enemy of Tapu Lele. I can just go for Pursuit, and if he switches out, it's gonna do massive damage and bring this thing down really low. Yep, he's gonna switch out 12%, and he's gonna go into Toxapex. I can just go into Magnezone, and he's gonna go for Scald. Luckily does not get a burn. Now I know this Marowak is specially defensive because, like I said, I've faced this person before. So what I'm actually gonna do is go into Tapu Lele, as he's gonna go into Marowak. Now I'm actually gonna go into Muck because I can definitely outspeed this Marowak. I have some speed on my Muck, so he's gonna go for Shadow Bone, and I'm gonna predict him to predict me to predict a switch out, if that makes any kind of sense. So that's why instead of going for Pursuit, I'm gonna go for Knockoff. Yep, we got him. And he's gonna go for EQ, knock me out, that's fine. As now my Tapu Lele can knock out this Marowak and just 2-hit KO this Skarmory, and also kill his Ditto if he wants to go into that thing. Tapu Lele is a big threat to his team. He really does not have any kind of switch in to this thing, and because of Taunt, he cannot even recover with his Pokemon. And because I'm Modest Nature, Tapu Lele hits extremely hard with the help of Psychic Terrain and Twisted Spoon. So that's just gonna take out this Marowak. He's just gonna stay in. That was the play because any attack from my team could have knocked out Marowak because Marowak is so slow. So he's gonna go into Ditto, and I actually do not want to stay in. I want to keep my Tapu Lele healthy because Tapu Lele is my win condition. Magnezone can definitely take 2 hits. He's most likely gonna go for Moonblast. So I'm gonna go into Magnezone as oh, never mind, he's gonna get a crit. I cannot take 2 hits. So that was quite unfortunate, and he is Choice Scarf Ditto, so that's gonna knock me out. That really sucked. Well, let's go into Skarmory, and he is definitely gonna go into Sableye because if I get up entry hazards, then I can pressure his team even more. So what I'm gonna do is that instead of going for Brave Bird on this thing, I'm actually gonna double switch into my Tapu Lele expecting a Sableye. So he does go into Sableye, and I know that I can go for Moonblast to just knock out this thing, honestly. I can go into Skarmory, but it's just gonna get 2 KO'd. So he has to sack something to my Tapu Lele at this point. He does not have too many options. If you play right with this team, you can just win matches against Stall quite easily. Unfortunately, I got critted on my Magnezone, so I think that's gonna prolong the game a bit more, because Magnezone honestly could have pressured his team quite a bit because his Marowak was dead. So he's gonna go into Toxapex. I'm just gonna click Psychic, no reason not to. Nothing on his team is safe if he goes into Magnezone. If he goes into Mandibuzz, that thing is getting hit with Moonblast, and he stays in with Toxapex, sacks this thing, and now he's gonna go into Ditto. And because I do not have my Magnezone, I'm actually just gonna stay in with my Tapu Lele and click Moonblast. I can live one Moonblast from this thing. Yeah, so I am gonna take that Moonblast and knock out his Ditto. Even if he got a crit with that Moonblast, I could have lived, but the thing is that I really didn't want to risk the crit, so that's why I went into Magnezone that time. So he's gonna go into Skarmory. I'm gonna go for Psychic. He's probably gonna expect me to go for Taunt. So I think I'm gonna go for Psychic because yeah, that's gonna do a lot of damage, and he's actually gonna go for Roost. I'm gonna go for HP Fire since Psychic Terrain is gone. So HP Fire is gonna do quite a lot, and he's just roosting. Okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna click Taunt now because this is getting quite annoying. Yeah, even if he attacked me, I would have lived. He actually has Drill Peck, so I would have lived. And I can go into my own Skarmory and just click Brave Bird here, as he's gonna go into Sableye, and that is gonna do quite a bit because I do have max attack on my Skarmory. And I'm gonna go for another Brave Bird, as he's actually gonna go for Will-O-Wisp, and now he's gonna recover, so I can just go into Tapu Lele and pressure his team once again and just end this game, to be honest. So actually, I'm gonna click Psychic. He's definitely going to Skarmory. He goes for Protect. He's gonna stay in with the Sableye this turn. I can just feel it. He is definitely gonna stay in. Yeah, Moonblast is the best play. He's gonna stay in because I've made a lot of predictions so far in the previous match and in this match as well. So he's gonna, yeah, he is gonna stay in, and that is gonna finish off the Sableye. So Sableye is gone, which is a huge nuisance out of the way, which means that I can get up my Stealth with my Skarmory. So I'm actually gonna go into my Skarmory, as he's gonna go for Roost, and I can just click Taunt here. I'm gonna outspeed his Skarmory. His Skarmory is defensive, so I'm gonna go for Stealth here. He does have 2 flying types, so no reason not to get up my Stealth Rocks to pressure his team even more. Yep, he does have Drill Peck, gets a crit. That's actually in my favor because I'll be able to go for Brave Bird, and then I can live this Drill Peck and taunt him once again. Yeah, I can go for Taunt here, and next turn I'm dying, so going for Taunt is quite good. He's gonna stay in, and that is gonna take out his that is gonna take out my Skarmory. I'm sorry. And I can go into Buzzwole, my Ben 10, and just weaken this Skarmory. If he switches out, Mandibuzz is gonna take quite a bit from the superpower. Okay, it does quite a bit, but he is defensive, and because of -1 attack, I'm not gonna be killing this thing. So I'm just gonna go into Tapu Lele, as he's gonna go for Roost, and if he goes for Foul Play, then I can live that because I have 0 attack IVs on Tapu Lele. So he's not gonna be knocking me out with Foul Play. So he's gonna go for Roost, and I can just go for Moonblast here, as he's gonna go into Skarmory. And now I'm gonna taunt him because he is gonna go for Roost. Yeah, and that's it. That's it, I think. I can go for Psychic because Drill Peck does not knock me out. 2-hit KO this thing. Actually, I'm gonna go for no, HP Fire does not do too much. Psychic does more, I think. Let me see. Where it is. Yeah, it did 44. Okay. It does more, so I'm gonna go for Hidden Power Fire. As he's gonna go for Drill Peck, I'm gonna live that, and that is gonna take out the Skarmory. His last Pokemon is Mandibuzz, which is gonna go down to Moonblast. And that is gonna be it for this stall team. So we got 9 points. He wasn't really high on the ladder, but this game was so time consuming because of that crit on my Magnezone. Right now I'm at rank 4, and let's look for another game. And we have found this person with this name. I've seen his name before, and he is quite high on the ladder, so I'm gonna be getting some nice points if I win this game. So like I did in the first match, I'm gonna lead off with Tapu Lele because he has a Smeargle and I can just go for Taunt. Nobody really expects Taunt. I've not seen even a single Tapu Lele with Taunt. And I've seen some Tapu Koko and some Tapu Fini with Taunt, but no Tapu Lele with Taunt. So I can just go for Taunt on this Smeargle and prevent him from going for Spore, and I can just click Psychic here. And he's gonna go into Magnezone, and that did so much damage. Holy crap. That is not a resisted hit. It should be legal to call that resisted hit. And that is gonna take out his Magnezone now. He does have an offensive team and he does have Smeargle, so I can just go into my Skarmory here and get up these Stealth Rocks, as he's gonna go for Shadow Bone, and I can safely go for my Stealth Rocks as he's gonna go for Shadow Bone to take me out. And this Marowak is most likely not specially defensive like that one on the stall team, because my opponent does have quite offensive team. So I can honestly just go into Tapu Lele and OHKO this thing with Psychic, because I'm modest, I have Twisted Spoon and I'm in the Psychic terrain. So he's gonna bring out his Gyarados now. I'm just gonna go for Taunt and prevent this thing from going for Dragon Dance or Substitute or any of those things, as he's gonna predict me to go for Taunt and go for Waterfall, which is a good play on his part. And I can actually just go into my Ben 10, but I want to check how much Moonblast does to this Gyarados. It probably does not knock him out, but I still want to see it and make sure for future reference. And yeah, no need for Mega Gyarados. I can select the set, and Moonblast does not knock this thing out. Gyarados is so naturally bulky. So I can go into my Ben 10 the Alien and pretty much eat up this hit because I have good defense. Yep, that's gonna do absolutely no damage, and because this is the Mega, I'm pretty sure he does not have Bounce. So he's gonna go for Z Power. Oh, he went for Z Splash, and it didn't activate because of Taunt. That was... Why did you go for that? And now I can finish off this Gyarados, but honestly, I just want to go into my Metagross here, because I do not want his Buzzwole coming in on my Buzzwole. So I'm gonna go into Metagross and just go for the Bullet Punch to take him out. Didn't want to miss my Zen Headbutt or Meteor Mash, so that's why I just went for that. And now he's gonna go to Serperior. Serperior is just walled by my Assault Vest Mach. Assault Vest Mach is like one of the best Pokemon in this gen. Like, seriously, this thing is a monster, and I can just go for Knockoff as he's gonna go into Buzzwole. Knock off his leftovers. I guess he's sub bulk up, not too sure, but I can just go into my own Buzzwole as he's gonna go into Smeargle, and I can just click Super Power, honestly, and he's gonna stay, and that's gonna take him out. He probably didn't expect me to be Scarfed. He still doesn't think I'm Scarfed. Yeah, he probably thought I was max speed. So that was the game, and yeah, I think I'm quite close to rank 1. I'm on rank 2. Alright, only a few more points. So I'm gonna look for my next game, and we'll be pausing until then. Alright, so I found this game, and if I win this game, then I'll be rank 1. So, my opponent does have a pretty interesting team. He does have Pyukumuku. And because I'm so high on the ladder, I definitely expect him to lead with his Magnezone, expecting me to lead off with Skarmory. And I did get that right, so I can just go for Earthquake, as he's gonna go into Pyukumuku. This thing is quite defensive, so it's gonna take that hit quite well. And I can go into my Magnezone. Oh, as he's gonna go for Baton Pass. So he's gonna get that momentum. And he's gonna go into Zygarde. I do not want this thing to set up on me with Coil. I'm just gonna click Flash Cannon, as he's gonna go for 1,000 arrows. I could have gone into Buzzwole, but I need Buzzwole for Pheromosa and Scizor, so that's why I just went for Flash Cannon. So my Tapu Lele is in, and I just want to see how much it does to this Zygarde. Okay, it does quite a bit. Moonblast does do more damage, and I want to see how much his attack does to me. Okay, it does not do too much damage. I can honestly just click Moonblast here, as I will be doing a lot of damage, as he's gonna go into Scizor. Scizor is not a switch into Tapu Lele, because a lot of Tapu Lele run Hidden Power Fire. So it's not really a good switch in, because you cannot go for Bullet Punch due to Psychic Terrain. And you have to take this Hidden Power, and that is going to take out this Scizor, which means that his Defogger is down, and now I can safely set up my entry hazards, and my entry hazards will stay. So I can just go into my Skarmory, as he's going to go for U-turn, and he's going to go into his Magnezone. Now, if he was Choice Scarf Magnezone, he would have definitely gone for Volt Switch on my Metagross, so that's why I am able to outspeed him and get up my rocks. And I want to check out rank of my opponent to see how high he is on the ladder. And my opponent is actually quite high on the ladder, so I'm definitely going to be rank 1. If I win this game, I'm going to try my best. So he has sent out Pheromosa. Now, because I have Psychic Terrain, I cannot go for Bullet Punch. However, I can still just go into my Mega Metagross, because Pheromosa has nothing which can OHKO a Metagross. And there really isn't much in the game, honestly, which can OHKO a Mega Metagross unless it's banded or boosted. So I can just go for Zen Headbutt. Psychic Terrain is up, and he's gonna go into Pyukumuku, and that is gonna do so much because of Psychic Terrain. So Psychic Terrain coming through, and I can just take out this thing with Earthquake, and that is gonna take this thing out. His inwards out is gonna damage me a bit, which is not really a big deal. And now he's gonna go into Zygarde. I definitely cannot OHKO this thing, so gonna go into my Buzzwole, as he's gonna go for 1,000 arrows, and I can just go for Ice Punch if he stays in. This is gonna do massive damage to this thing, and let's see what he does. This thing, yeah, he's gonna go into his Pheromosa. I guess he expected me to go for Leech Life or something, or set a bulk up. I don't know. So I'm at +1 attack, as he's gonna go into Tapu Lele. I cannot knock this thing out at +1 with Ice Punch, so I'm gonna go into Muck. And like I said, Muck is one of the biggest enemies of Tapu Lele as of right now. Heatran will become Tapu Lele's enemy as Pokebank comes out, so I can just go for Pursuit and do massive damage to this thing. And now he's gonna go into Zygarde. I can just go into my Ben 10, because if he sets up Substitute, then it is gonna be bad. So gonna go into my Buzzwole, as he is definitely taking his time. Knockoff is probably not gonna be oh, he's gonna make a double switch into Tapu Lele. That's fine. This thing is Life Orb. Yep, it is Life Orb, so I can definitely outspeed this thing and just go for a Leech Life to take this thing out. So gonna go for Leech Life, as that is gonna take out this Tapu Lele, and I'm at +1 attack. And if he switches into his Zygarde, then I can definitely do a lot more damage. He's actually gonna go into Magnezone. I can go into Metagross because I can definitely take an electric type move, but if he goes for Volt Switch, then I'm in a bad spot. So I'm just gonna go into Mach because I can take any hit, as he's gonna go for Volt Switch and he's gonna go into Zygarde. And I'm just gonna go for Knockoff, as yeah, he's gonna go for 1000 arrows. I was actually thinking that he might double switch into Magnezone, so that's why I just went for Knockoff. And now I can go into Tapu Lele and just go for Psychic, as that's gonna do so much. This thing is not Assault Twist, and I can just go for another. Oh, he's gonna forfeit, and that does mean I have reached rank 1. Oh my god, yes, finally. I've never reached rank 1 on Pokemon Showdown. The highest I think I got was rank 3 in X and Y, and I'm finally at rank 1. I'm really happy, and I definitely want to thank Shane's for this awesome team. It's really solid, and I want to thank you guys so much for your support. It really means a lot, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Like always, I'm gonna try to reach top 10 in every tier. I did do that in ORAS except for Ubers and OU, and I'm gonna do that once Pokebank comes out and when we have other tiers like UU, NU, RU and stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna go for top 10 in those tiers as well. So hopefully guys look forward to that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and with that being said, I'll see you guys next time, and thank you so much for watching.